What's up, Path of Exile players? Amazing, giant news that we got. We have 19 more classes coming out into Path of Exile. Yes, 19 new Ascendency classes are going to be coming out. But what I found even crazier is this isn't even part of some sort of like new league. This is just something in addition to what they have already kind of had plans for. So first off, they mentioned that like last week they had some unfortunate news. Basically, they announced, we have no idea when the new league is going to be taking place, which, okay, that's fair enough. They're working on Path of Exile 2. They mentioned it was kind of sad for the community, but at the end of the day, I'd rather them cook up something good than release something kind of half-baked. But on top of that, we still are getting that, okay? So we're still getting a new expansion for Path of Exile. Keep in mind, everything that I mentioned, by the way, is for Path of Exile 1, not 2, but this is regarding Path of Exile 1. So obviously, we're still going to get an update and a patch for Path of Exile 2, but this is mainly regarding PoE 1. However, maybe some of these things are ideas that they have wanted to implement into Path of Exile 2 but aren't ready yet. If you guys didn't know, Ruthless was basically their kind of a test for Path of Exile 2 anyway, so I would expect to see some of these to maybe make it over. And so what do I mean by 19 more classes? Well, they're said over here, what does it look like when Path of Exile 1 has these 19 Ascendency classes that you are familiar with, but they're replaced by a different 19. So we get 19 more Ascendency classes. And honestly, like, that sounded kind of interesting because some of the Ascendency classes, those points allow you to get, let's say, additional arrow or provide with an additional curse or something that would kind of change up the gameplay, which is cool and all. But then they said, what does Path of Exile 1 look like when you get to play a witch and ascend to become a harbinger? Now, what's a harbinger? Well, it's basically a little like monster. It's basically a enemy that you would normally kill, and what it does is it kind of generates monsters. So you would kill them, and then it generates more and more monsters, and it kind of puts them in a little circle and stuff. It's all kind of like blue themed. But at the end of the day, what it is basically is the ability to transform into something else. And I'm really curious to see how far are they going to be going with this. Does that mean we have so many other transformations in Path of Exile 1? It's almost like going back to, I don't know if you guys remember that game Wolcen, where you had like some like elite transformation that you can go into. I kind of like this idea, and I want to see what kind of crazy, wacky ideas that they come up with. They even mentioned we're going to be running a 1-month event that has some of our wacky ideas that never quite made it off the brainstorm board. So these are going to be some crazy ideas, and there's probably going to be something super busted and OP. Heck, I actually logged in. You guys are seeing gameplay of Path of Exile 1. I just recorded this footage today, so this build is still viable, and I'll link it if anyone wants it. But this build is absolutely crazy fast already. I want to see how fast you can go in Path of Exile 1 with their wacky ideas, because obviously it should be more powerful than what we have. Again, the way I see wacky ideas is just crazy fun times. Maybe some of the stuff that, again, maybe was too OP and they decided it can't be in here. But I like this idea that you could ascend to become a harbinger. You could be something that like doesn't exist in the game. It's not just, oh, projectiles fire additional arrow, or, you know, your abilities chain one more time. If we're going to be able to go into like something that normally is like an enemy archetype, what else do they have planned? I mean, just this alone sounds exciting to me, so I'm very hyped. And they also said that we will release more details, but we're really looking forward to seeing how the community reacts to some of our more unhinged ideas. And since they do watch a lot of community content, yo, GG, if you're watching this, this is awesome. I like this idea. This could be your league right here, in addition to having your new league. I know that these are kind of wacky ideas, but I think to get people really, really excited, honestly, you could have announced this alongside, just say, we're coming up with something crazy. We have 19 Ascendancy classes, and we're cooking up something really big. And just for some feedback, I think what would have been really cool is they released like 5 of these classes, like maybe like in the next week. They said, guys, the new league is coming. Here's 5 new Ascendancies that we're going to be dropping. That alone would have gotten people so much more hyped than releasing videos saying, well, we don't have anything to announce yet. But they kind of reacted really fast to this. So I think at the end of the day, it kind of turned out to be a good thing that people were kind of upset in a way, because now they're bringing out stuff that maybe we would have never seen. So I like this idea. I'm really hyped. So this is awesome. This is great. I would love for the game to go in this direction where we get some more fresh content for PoE 1 other than a new league mechanic, because sometimes when a new league mechanic comes out, it releases, and some people enjoy it, some people don't enjoy it. But what I think everyone can kind of enjoy is a new Ascendancy, right? Because if they change all of them, I honestly would have said just add them in addition to it, because there are some people that like, they only play one thing every single league. Like, to be honest, I play Deadeye almost every single league because I really, really like it. But if you add that in to the game pool with the additional 19 Ascendancies. Again, it could just be for that league that you have all these 19 different Ascendancies, which is wild to me already. But yeah, I would really like to see what you guys come up with. But like that alone, this could have been your league, like in terms of like the thing that would get people enticed. But I think what really makes it really fun and enjoyable for me personally in a league and a lot of other players is not only do you have like a new like league mechanic that people can enjoy, but also some sort of like pinnacle boss content. Even if it's just like one special boss, you could take a skin that you've already had, kind of modify it, maybe recolor or something, add some new boss mechanics that could be mechanics from PoE 2, and just have some sort of like end game content that like people can like try to strive for. Like, I want to play this new boss. Maybe it's from like, you know, for example, like Expedition, we had all those new bosses, just one pinnacle new boss. And then in addition to that, we have all these other classes. So we get to make all these crazy builds, maybe utilizing some of the uniques that normally people don't really run. That'd be another really cool thing. But anyways, overall, I'm really excited about this announcement. They could have said 5 new or like 1 new Ascendancy for each class, but they didn't announce 19 brand new ones, so that's really cool. And again, the fact that they're letting us transform makes me think that there's going to be some really crazy things. But anyways, I'm really hopeful for Path of Exile's future. This includes PoE 1 and 2. But anyways, you guys can let me know what your thoughts are on this. Would you guys like this to be just this should have been the league, like I said, because I think that since they said over here that it's only a 1 month, kind of makes me sad. I mean, for me, honestly, I could be done in a week, but I know for some people it takes a really long time to kind of gear up your character, and maybe you want to make a few different classes because there's 19 of them. I kind of want to experience all of these, but what's going to happen more likely is going to be something super OP, and then maybe we'll have to reroll if we didn't select at the start. So I think that you could have actually just keep this in for a while. Heck, you could just keep it in the game. I think 19 new Ascendancies is just so much fresh air in you know, any action RPG to have that much new content. It's just too exciting for me. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. If you guys want to see gameplay of it, heck, I'm going to be streaming it. I'm going to be playing it. This is going to be awesome. 19 new classes coming to Path of Exile. I could not tell you that I expected that at all, but big win for GG, man. 19 classes. Let's go.